Hey guys, welcome to today's video. This one's going to be all about kind of the basics of painting landscapes using Photoshop. So I'm going to be going over some different tools I use, like the smudge brush, the mixer brush, and some interesting brushes I've collected along the way. I'm going to be showing you the importance of flipping the canvas so you can get a new look at the composition, like with a fresh eye. I'll be showing you then how to add a little bit of colour. So what I'll be doing is starting the painting in grayscale and then adding colour over the top. So yeah, this painting was about 15 minutes. It's in real time, so you can hear me waffle while I paint. It's just literally just how I get a quick landscape idea together and quickly add some colour to send to a client. If you work it out, 15 minutes per idea, you know, in a day you can get like 25 ideas to send to the client, and they're going to really love that. So they're like, it's good to send them lots of choice to pick which one is their favourite, for obvious reasons. So yeah, hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for continuing to watch my other videos, and I'll be uploading some more regularly. So yeah, just looking to share some knowledge, help you guys out on your art journeys. So yeah, thanks for watching. Enjoy the video. Peace. Okay, so we're going to open up a new canvas. We'll go for a landscape layout. Normally do it at about 300 pixels per inch. That will give you a nice high resolution image. You'll be able to zoom right in and it will still be clear. So, what do I want to show you guys? Let's start off with painting in grayscale, just so we don't have to worry about colour. So I'll use my comfort zone, which is landscape. So I'll go over how I normally start a landscape. So what you want to do, you want to fill the canvas using the bucket tool with a mid-tone colour. You see there? Kind of in the middle. You don't really want to start with a white canvas. It's just easier to do it this way. And then you need to start with big brushes. So we'll increase our brush size. And I normally start with an airbrush just to get some different tones on the canvas. This is called muddying the canvas. And I normally kind of stick to the rule. Stuff in the foreground is kind of darker. I mean, you can already see a landscape forming there. And then the background is going to be lighter. Just mix in some nice tones. And now we're going to use the smudge brush. So I've got that preset to R. And then this here is a smudge brush I use quite often. And you'll see what it does now. So it's just smudging the paint that's already on the canvas, but you get this nice textured look to it. I think it's pretty much like using a palette knife. So we can push around that paint. And you pretty much get like instant rocks. It's a pretty cool little technique, this. You even get like the kind of shadow there and then the light on top. So just that 30 seconds, we've pretty much already got the beginnings of a landscape. So I feel like I want to darken this area some more. Darken the foreground some more, so we bring in some darker values. This is all just made up on the spot. And so if you're going to use a really light value as well, that's only got to be about 2% of the painting. So we can do a nice light source there. You don't want to overdo the lights and darks. The majority of the stuff here, as you can see, it's got to be in the mid-tones. This, really dark and really light, very minimal amounts of that on the painting. Otherwise it would just look too contrasty, and real life isn't really like that. And I mean real life, obviously Instagram life is a little bit contrasty, isn't it? But we're trying to go for realism here, no filters necessary. Right, so another thing I like to do, I've got some cloud brushes here. So Where are they? Soft. So these are what you'd call cheap brushes. You get that kind of instant cloud look. So let's just add some clouds. Coming over here. Right, now I'm going to use the mixer brush. So the mixer brush is similar to the smudge that I just used, but it's kind of like, rather than pushing paint, it's like blending wet paint with your finger. And I kind of like to do this. You see, like get some light rays or some rain, just get some different effects going on. And then so now it looks like we've established that the light source is coming from here, going down that way. So now we'll get a more hard-edged brush, like that, and then we'll start painting in some surfaces on these formations here. And that then gives it its form, makes it look 3D on a 2D space. Obviously, you've got to think of it as like planes. So if you've got a square and you shine a torch on it, where's the most amount of light going to hit? Depending where the light source is coming from, where's the shadow going to be? So you can treat a simple study of a cube and then transfer it to complicated landscapes. It's all the same thing. So a little rock sticking out there. Rocky landscapes, pretty easy for me. I do them all the time. I'll do some more complicated stuff like architecture at some point. So yeah, now we're just painting. Another thing I like to do is flip the canvas. I've got that set to Command F, and then that gives you a kind of new perspective on your painting. So you might see mistakes or get an idea. It's kind of like looking at it with a new eye. Right, let's darken this up a little bit. Let's make it a bit more moody. So what you could do, you could use an overlay layer, and that will keep your underpainting, so you're not going over it, but then darken it up nicely while keeping all the detail that you've painted already. Always merge that down. I normally keep to just one layer the majority of the time. And then let's use that smudge brush again. Smudge it all around. Just play around with it. Just as long as you stick to your fundamentals, you're pretty much free to experiment, and then it becomes fun. Then you're not kind of limiting yourself that way. And then you can just you end up having happy accidents, like Bob Ross used to say. Little shapes that you might not have done if you was too stiff while you was painting. Let's flip it again, so that we could bring this more into perspective. So that's where you need to know your perspective. Just basic perspective is fine. And then what you'd then do on a rock like this is, let's get a brush. Oh, what's going on? Little bug there. So then the lines in the rock need to follow perspective, so they'll get more horizontal as they get to the horizon line and more vertical as they go up, like so. And that's how you get that look of size and perspective. Bom, 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 bom. Just detail some of these. Pick out some shapes. There you go, there could be a nice little pathway coming through there. Coming round. Almost like it's a canyon down there. See, we've got a landscape coming about almost by itself. Just from mucking around. What other tools? Like literally this is it. I don't use any other tools than the ones I've just shown you. So what I'll do, I'll keep this as basic as hell, as quick as hell as well, and then go over how to add some colour. Like the reason I many times I start in grayscale is just because, you know, you just can concentrate on the composition and the values then, and then worry about colour later. If you're kind of starting with colour as well, yeah, I do that sometimes, but I just find this way a little bit easier. I mean, colouring over a grayscale painting can be a little bit of a pain in the arse. But yeah, I mean, this method is really good if you just want to come up with ideas to send to a client. You can just knock them out super quick. I mean, how long's it been on the recording? 10 minutes. 10 minutes and that's it. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look very good at the minute, but this is just for the purpose of showing you guys my approach. So we can use some cheap brushes here rather than just painting it all. So I've got from Darken, one of my favourite artists, he's got a brush pack, and then there's these rock brushes. So you can kind of get like instant rocks, rock faces, rock detail. These are nice to use. See that? Instant detail. I mean, it's kind of similar when you're doing traditional painting. You can kind of use the brush in a certain way to get instant detail, like the side of a palette knife to get rock shapes. It's quite common. Yeah, something like that. Maybe some rocks in the distance. And so stuff further away, they're going to be soft edges due to atmospheric perspective, or whatever it's called. Right, I'll just do a few more clouds because I can't resist a good cloud. And then I'll start showing you guys how to add some colour. Let's get a nice bright bit there. Nice. Some nice moody skies are the best. Moody skies for the win. Yeah, there you go. Voila. A basic landscape. Right, so add some colour. Switch back to our hue cube. Get a nice soft brush. Set the layer above it to overlay, and then let's pick something like this. So this is a rocky place, so we're going to do like a orangey yellow kind of toxic landscape vibe. So the further stuff away is, the less saturated it is. So this, and I normally kind of keep changing the hue, so we're going yellow to orange to red. So we'll put in some saturation on these rocks here. Keep changing it. Some basic colour there. Very basic indeed. Let's pick out some of these light spots. Make some noises. Everyone knows noises while you work. Makes your work better. Only joking. Merge the layer down again. Now we can probably use a soft light layer. That's just a different layer style. It's kind of like overlay, but you'll get a little bit more colour in there. Some reds again. Nice. Right, and now I'm going to play around with the smudge tool again. Let's get smudging. Pick out some little rocks and shapes and tighten up some of these edges. Bum, bum, bum. Just play with the forms, play with the shapes. You can kind of push them about, instantly make more detail, like that. Bum, bum, bum. And yeah, that'll do. So that was a 15-minute landscape painting, just showing you one of my approaches to landscapes. I'll go over some more in other videos, and yeah, hopefully you followed along with that. I know I kind of mumble a little bit in my videos, but I'll be getting better at them, I promise. So yeah, peace out guys, see you in the next video. Laters.